ሰላም የኢትዮፊደል ቤተሰቦች እንዴት ናችሁ? በዛሬው ዝግጅት በቶሮንቶ ካናዳ የሚገኘውና ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ያሉ ወላጅ አልባ ህጻናትን የሚረዳው እንዲሁም በካናዳ ያሉ ወጣቶችን በተለያዩ ፕሮግራሞች የሚያሳትፈው የፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል ካናዳ 25ኛ ዓመት ክብረ በዓልን በተመለከተ ይሆናል። ይህን ዝግጅት አብረን እንከታተል ከኢትዮፊደል ጋር። የ25 ዓመታት የማህበረሰብ አገልግሎት ከ2000 በላይ በኢትዮጵያ ያሉ ወላጅ አልባ ህጻናትን ህይወት የቀየረ በካናዳ ደግሞ የሚገኙ ወጣቶችን አቅም ያጎለበተ ድርጅት ፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል ካናዳ። የካናዳው ፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል 25ኛ ዓመቱን ባከበረበት ምሽት ላይ ድርጅቱ ላለፉት ዓመታት በሺዎች የሚቆጠሩ ወላጅ አልባ ህጻናትን ህይወት እንደለወጠ ተነግሯል። ፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል በበጎ ፈቃደኞች የተቋቋመ ግብረሰናይ ድርጅት ነው። በኢትዮጵያ ካሉት ህይወት የተቀናጀ የልማት ድርጅትና ሃና ኦርፋንስ ሆም ድርጅት ጋር አብሮ ይሰራል። አሁንም 350 የሚጠጉ ወላጅ አልባ ህጻናት በስሩ ይገኛሉ። ሳውንድ ዘ ሆርን በተሰኘ ፕሮግራሙም እዚህ ቶሮንቶ የሚገኙ የማህበረሰባችን ወጣቶችን ስለ ኤችአይቪ እና የአእምሮ ጤና ግንዛቤ እያስጨበጠ ይገኛል። በቀን $1 በሚሆን ወጪ የማህበረሰባችን አባላት በተለያየ ምክንያት ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ወላጅ አልባ ለሆኑ ህጻናት እርዳታ እንዲያደርጉና ስፖንሰር እንዲያደርጉ በዚሁ ጊዜ ጥሪ ቀርቧል።
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome. It's our 25th anniversary. When I say our, it's our 25th anniversary. A quarter of a century. Soak that in. A quarter of a century. Where are the moms and everybody else? Thank you, that feels better. This is our collective accomplishment. For those of you who don't know me, I am Ms. Ethiofidel, the current president of People to People Canada, also fondly known as P2P. For those joining us for the first time, I extend my warm welcome to the P2P family. I don't just say P2P, I call it P2P family because once you become a sponsor, a volunteer, a supporter, you're a P2P family. Today I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to each one of you. You are our pillar, the sponsors, the supporters, and volunteers. It is your dedication and commitment that forms the backbone of P2P. And for that, we are truly humbled that you chose us and grateful. Our theme, as you heard on the video, A Better Tomorrow for All, perfectly encapsulates P2P's mission. It reflects our commitment to a future where everyone can thrive and contribute to a society. This video we just watched gives you a glimpse of the 25 years and the journey that it took. Let me provide a bit more context. P2P has two mandates. One is the Orphan Sponsorship Program, where we sponsor children in Ethiopia. The other one is the Sound the Horn program here in Canada. We're committed to our community, especially our youth. Our Orphan Sponsorship Program has transformed the lives of over 2,000 orphan and vulnerable children over the past 2 decades. And currently we have nearly 300 children under our care. And typically supporting them from elementary all the way to high school. And I want to put things into perspective. You're thinking like, okay, 285 children only after 25 years. On average, those kids stay in our program for 10 or more years, from elementary all the way to university. It's a long commitment to ensure they thrive. And we also ensure every sponsorship fund directly reaches the children. And to cover the administrative cost, we have innovative fundraising efforts like the flagship Toronto Marathon Challenge that I always text you about, support me, sponsor me. That's the funding that goes. The summer fair that mostly come, the children and the youth come and fundraising. And this celebratory fundraising and renewal gala, it is a fundraising. It's to raise funds and keep the lights on for the children. Our second mandate, the Sound the Horn program, focuses on the youth mental wellness through the Navigating Mentorship Program, offering mentorship program and asset mapping for our community. With over 70 mentees and mentors, this program has seen tremendous success, instigating positive change in our community. In 25 years, you've seen the impact we've made in this video, where we have fulfilled our promise to the mandate, and most importantly to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it this far together. Together. I want to say that a few times. P2P, Hizb is people for people. We cannot do all this on our own. We have to lift each other. This is us, our community, our accomplishment, our dedication and resilience, and our perseverance. Together through our collective effort, if I may humbly say, we have achieved so much. And tonight we stand at a moment in history. 25 years is no small feat. It is 25 years of transforming lives, breaking barriers, and proving that when we come together, change is not just possible, it is unstoppable. Just like this song, I don't know if any of you guys heard, Sao Naula Sao Madanitu. People are the medicine for people. People to people. That is what we all are about. Sao Naula Madanitu. And tonight is not just a celebration, it's a testament of what happens when compassion ignites action. Belief turns into impact. Hope fuels determination. When people like you, all of you, say and refuse to accept the status quo. So the impact we've made over the 25 years, just to highlight, we've sent over $2 million for the orphan sponsorship program. Over 2,000 sponsored children over the years. And we consistently ranked among the top fundraiser for the Toronto Waterfront Marathon out of 160 charities across Canada. So as we look ahead, P2P is dedicated to making a lasting difference. This silver jubilee and this anniversary is our launch pad. It's a golden opportunity for a new chapter. We want more lives changed, more children sponsored, more lights lit in this hall, more barriers shattered, and more futures brightened.
All the volunteers, supporters, and sponsors.
All right. No wonder Dr. Marawa founded P2P. She's the embodiment of community service, the embodiment of giving back to society. Once again, thank you, Dr. Araba, for your lifelong dedication to serving this community in many ways that I can count. So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker for tonight, Dr. Dawit Wandamage, who, as Mr. mentioned, traveled all the way from Ethiopia to be with us here tonight. Dr. Dawit is the former Chief Executive Director of the College of Health Sciences, or School of Medicine at Addis Ababa University, Vice President of that same university, and Chair of the Department of Psychiatry, and the Director of Graduate Programs in the Medical Faculty. Currently, he's an Associate Professor of Psychiatry, a Consultant Psychiatrist, and Psychotherapist at Kurambasa and Emmanuel Hospitals. He's the National Lead in Ethiopia for the African Health Observatory Platform. He is a scholar at the Wilson Center, Temerity School of Medicine at the University of Toronto, and a visiting clinical professor at the U of T's Department of Psychiatry. He is the principal investigator for a $16 million grant which he recently secured from the MasterCard Foundation for Addis Ababa University, focusing on the problems of youth unemployment in the health sector. Dr. Dawit co-chairs the University of Toronto and Addis Ababa University's academic collaboration that develops postgraduate subspecialty training programs in numerous areas of health sciences and other disciplines. Analysis. Through his numerous engagements as a clinical and health systems leader, a global mental health expert, interpersonal psychotherapy or IPT expert, and researcher, he's helping to decrease stigma and improve access to mental health care. Dr. Dawit has culturally adapted interpersonal psychotherapy for Ethiopia, and he has published over 50 well-acclaimed papers in the areas of global mental health, family medicine, medical ethics, psychotherapy, knowledge translation, and postpartum depression. He was a primary investigator of 2 Grand Challenge Canada-funded projects, the Beabler Project, to scale up screening and mental health care in Ethiopian primary care settings, and to engage with Ethiopian traditional healers using a collaborative model to increase the identification and treatment of psychiatric disorders. Actually, the Beabler Project has enabled the training of more than 500 Ethiopian primary care nurses in interpersonal psychiatry. Dr. Dawit's resume is unbelievable. He is also a poet, a published poet, and he has published a book of poems entitled Bet Yemetu Hasawoch. Not only that, he is also the author of 2 highly acclaimed books in Amharic, Adamanor and Adamawak. He recently set up a new and highly regarded mental hospital in Ethiopia called Gize, which has quickly garnered a reputation as an excellent center for mental health care in the country. I had opportunity to visit that hospital just last month in Addis Ababa. I was in awe of what this man has done. I hope we all get a chance on the next visit to go and really look at what he has done, what he and his partners have done with that hospital. That stands out as a shining example of what a few people can do when they pull together everybody around them for a common purpose. Dr. Dawit has traveled all the way from Ethiopia, like I said, to be here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Dawit to the podium to deliver tonight's keynote address.
Good evening. I have done keynote speeches before, mostly in academic circles and meetings, but this one is quite a personal one for me because what you didn't hear in that introduction is the fact that I once was a sponsored child myself. As you can imagine, I am a little older than 25, so I was not sponsored by the B2B, but sponsored I was by another organization, and here I am. That's why I said this is quite personal. Before I continue, I would like to extend heartfelt appreciation to the President, Wizaro Misrak Sanu, and the P2P board for honoring me by giving me this chance to address this distinguished audience. Goes to my dear friend, my generous, kind friend, Gion, Tamuru, and Malaku, who've made all the logistics possible for me to be here this evening with you. Thank you so much. And while I'm on it, I also would like to give a shout out to my dear colleagues, Doctors Claire Payne, Morgan Deutsch, and Lisa Anderman, from the University of Toronto, who have been quite instrumental in their support to Ethiopia and their unwavering devotion and commitment to everything and anything Ethiopia. At the various initiatives and programs of P2P that are known to all of you, like raising children in Ethiopia who have lost parents, the programs that focus on mental health and well-being of young Ethiopian Canadians, here the youth mentorship program and so on, one would not fail from noticing that the focus is clear and distinct. P2P is consistently working towards making the future of our children better and brighter. In this regard, it is an understatement to say the organization is trying. One, of course, wants to go further and look at the question why. Why is P2P successful and continues to succeed, despite several challenges that I can only imagine? It is this question that I will try to address in the coming few minutes, drawing from my observations of Ethiopian communities in action and my experience in public and community mental health and observation of human nature. I think from the very beginning, there must have been a nascent and intuitive understanding of the social determinants of health, mental health, and well-being by the P2P founders, like Dr. Harper here. It would be very hard to imagine the potential for establishing such an institution without having some idea about social determinants. The various social problems that P2P is concerned with, the problems that young people and children face both here and in Ethiopia, are socially determined. The founders will quote a sentence from the famous speech made by Emperor Haile Selassie to emphasize my point. In his failed appeal to the League of Nations to intervene against Italy's invasion of Ethiopia, he said, quote, "Throughout history, it is the action of those who should not have acted, the inaction of those who should have acted, the indifference of those who should have known better that helped evil to triumph." He was saying, even indifference has impact, but with Sutafe, one could effect a positive change. P2P as a platform for Sutafe does that brilliantly. In summary, at the risk of sounding flattery, I say this. The way I understand P2P as an Ethiopian Canadian organization, it is a type of a healing institution, where Ethiopians were faced with their fate in their two homes, they came together to heal themselves. Ethiopians standing in the face of adversity, chose to believe, participate, and impact change. Ethiopians standing between two worlds when challenged to choose where there is no choice, avoided a standoff and chose to understand each word and what each gives and holds for them. Ethiopians, they chose to understand the reality that we are a society that has problems and continues to have them. But the only recourse we have is to lean on each other and deal with it with the belief that the only real resource we have is each other, as my dear colleague, Professor Payne says. In the end, after all, Mani and Daddy understand and continue to try to understand, and that is the only expectation we can have of each other. Thank you very much.
Wow. It is such a privilege to hear from someone as accomplished as Dr. David. And even as at P2P, we always remain humble so that we do not forget that our job is way not done yet. But it's good to hear encouragement, words of encouragement from somebody like Dr. David. Claire Payne, of course, who's been with us for years and encouraging us to do the right thing, to stay in the right path.
ጥቂት ሰዎች ከተባበሩና ያላቸውን ጭንቅላት ተጠቅመው ያላቸውን ኔትወርክ ተጠቅመው በመርዳት ከፈለጉ አገራቸው ላይ ብዙ ለውጥ ሊያመጡ እንደሚችሉ የተረዳሁትና ይህንን ከፒቱፒ ከሌሎች ድርጅቶች መማር ይቻላል።
ተስፋ ያልነበራቸው ህጻናት ማለት ናቸው። እንግዲህ እነዚህ ወላጆቻቸው በሞት ያሉ የተጋለጡ ህጻናት የሚበሉት የሚመገቡት ያልነበራቸው ህጻናት የትምህርት እድል ማግኘት ያልቻሉ ህጻናት ትምህርት እድል ያሉ መሰረታዊ ፍላጎታቸው ተሟልቶ ጤንነታቸውን ተጠብቆ እንዲያድጉ ማድረግ ችሏል። የፒቱፒ ድጋፍ ይሄ ከዚህ በላይ ስኬት የለም።
I wish I could be with you tonight, but I'm here in Ethiopia. But I wanted to send a huge congratulations to P2P Canada on 25 years of incredible, impactful work, helping and supporting orphan children in Ethiopia, and just creating profound change that I am honored to be a part of. I was asked to write a poem for tonight, and I'm honored to share it with you today. It is titled P2P, A Journey of Hope. Human to human, heart to heart, people to people. For 25 years, the path has been paved by hearts that are steadfast and hands that have braved the storms of despair that shadow the less fortunate, a future transformed with hope to celebrate. People to people, united in light, raising the fallen, giving them flight. From orphaned and lost to leaders and strong, turning their struggles into strength songs. In Ethiopia's depth, where shadows have crept, where children once wept, now dreams are kept. From streets and shelters, from tears and pain, rises a new dawn, breaking the chain. With love as the thread and hope as the needle, we weave through the years, from big dreams to the people. Thousands uplifted, their futures restored, giving back to a world that they once adored. Almost 300 kids, but our hearts beat as one, supporting their journeys until the work is done. Orphans no more, they stand side by side, creating a future with courage and pride. And far beyond tonight, our mission extends, building strong bridges, connecting new friends, in classrooms, in shelters, in stories we share. We're changing the world because we care. With youth we mentor, we guide, we believe, in every young heart a power to achieve. Through mental wellness and voices that soar, we're igniting the sparks to open new doors. So here's to the journey, to all that we've done, to the lives that we've touched and the battles we've won. P2P Silver Anniversary, a mark of our might, Together we'll shine more brilliance than light. A future that's brighter, more just and more free. We're building this world together, you and me. Through people to people, with hands that will give, we lift one another, helping all to live.
I was born in Ethiopia in 2004, long time ago now. Getting old. So I was born there with my 6 siblings, where 2 of them they passed away, unfortunately. My dad was the mayor back home, Yirgalem, which I'm not sure if you guys know. But he resigned due to corruption going on. And then they started a cafe, and then my dad went to the Ministry of Affairs where he was a diplomat. So then we went to Yemen when I was 7. That's when the whole, well, first we were there for 2 years and it was a beautiful country, and then the war broke out. How many of you guys here know about the Yemen war? Do you guys know of it? It was very like an unfortunate case where we witnessed a lot of traumatic things, from our house to our school being bombed, ducking bullets and losing a lot of family and friends. And when every embassy shut down, they left because there's a whole war going on. The Ethiopian embassy was the only one open because my dad and his co-workers said that they can't morally shut it down because if they do, then all those people have no way out. So they kept it open for 3 months and they evacuated 6,000 people out to safety. And then from there we immigrated to, we went to Dublin because my dad didn't finish his term. And then eventually we immigrated here in 2016 December. We're homeless, so we lived in a shelter for 7 months. And then we finally got our own apartment. And then when COVID hit, things were very complicated. Losing my dad's dad and my mom's mom same day. And then the following week, my mom's dad too. And we couldn't go back home because we were still refugees, so we didn't have a passport. But I made it sad, so to bring it back to the positive side. So when my whole family went to therapy, I said no, because I was in high school, I was a guy, I'm like, why would I ever need help, right? And that wasn't sustainable at all. So I eventually did go and I got help, and it helped me with my school. I finished high school for right scholarship to New York. I'm pursuing 3 majors. But then in the summer of 2023, I was seeing a lot of my friends, guy friends, where they were going through a lot of things and they didn't want to get help because, again, they were guys, right? So I launched the mentorship program just for 8 weeks and I said, that's it. But that wasn't the case, of course. We are on our 3rd cohort right now where we have helped over 75 young men across the country. And then when we left the shelter in July of 2017, I made a video on, Snapchat saying, which is posted somewhere so y'all can find it. That's your job. But I posted a video saying that, one day I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna do something about it because we spent 2016 winter just in shirt and shorts, and you guys can imagine how cold Canadian, winter is, right? So I said, Joel's here. He was there for our first community drive, and I said we were gonna do 1 and that's it. But again, that wasn't the case. We are in our 11th month, and we have helped over 2,000 youth across the world in Ethiopia, Canada, and across. And the kindness group is just, the media pushes a lot of bad news. So the vision with that is just to, promote kindness news. So why am I telling you guys all this, right? It is to learn 3 things, right? One is for every young person and every age here to understand that one, that your pain is your power, right? We go through a lot of things for reasons, so to use it for your own advantage, to never be scared to share your own story, or as P2P says, sound the horn, right? Did I say that right? And then 2 is to acknowledge the power of kindness, right? When you help others, the biggest person that you are going to help is yourself. And then 3 is to understand that leadership is an act of service, right? Like, it's not about who has the big suit, watch, or anything, but it is an act of service, because service has the power to change lives where authority can just get things done, right? So my message to every young person here is to be the change that you guys want to see. Because if I ask you guys here, how many of you guys here want change? Everybody's gonna, raise up their hand. Like, I'm pretty sure, or I would hope so. But who wants to act on it? That's when head scratches gonna come, right? So just to be the change that you guys want to see. And it's not gonna be a smooth road. Like, you are gonna fall, but if you fall, just pick yourself right back up, right? Because again, like, it's not about how many times you have fallen, but it is that one success that you will get because you chose to not stay down, right? Joel was here for community scare. Our first workshop, only 1 person came, which we made her part of the team, and we just called it team meeting, like, at that point, because it was just sad, right? But just to keep it going. And I'm just gonna end with an advice that my mom's granddad told me a day before he passed away, which is, he said, when you live in this world, you need to work hard every day like you have 1,000 years to live. Because if you have 1,000 years, you guys are gonna think big, you wanna start your own company, you wanna do this because you have 1,000 years, right? But at the same time, to live with humility and kindness, like you are gonna die tonight. Because if you're gonna die tonight, like, I'm pretty sure most of you guys will not be here. You'll be at church trying to repent, trying to do good, trying to give back, right? He says to do that because the seat you sit in your senior year is gonna reflect the place that you spent in your, young year. Meaning, we oftentimes wait until we're on our deathbed or we're sick to what good thing did I do, right? But to not wait for that, because that time is a time of reflection, and the time for action is now. So that's my message. Be the change that you guys want to see. And there's a lot of kind people, right? So if you guys cannot find one, then just be one. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks again, thank you, Nabiyu. I mean, what can I say? There is really nothing more gratifying. There's really nothing more gratifying than to see such a young person who was born a long time ago in 2004, doing so much good in society, not only transforming his own lives, but the number of young people that he touched already is just unbelievable. Thank you, Nabiyu, for who you are and for what you do.
Served as the treasurer of P2P, and he has helped us keep our books very, very clean. And every year we get audited by an independent auditor per CRA standards. 25 years we've not had a qualified audit, thanks to the hard work professionals like Water. And of course, everybody else at P2P who holds the organization's integrity at the top of their minds. So now, without further ado, I shall surrender the podium to my brother and friend, Water.
በጣም ታምራላችሁ። ይህንን የኦርፋን ስፖንሰርሽፕ ፕሮግራም በምናካሄድበት ጊዜ አንዳንዴ በተለዩ አጋጣሚ ኢትዮጵያ ስንሄድ ልጆቻችንን እንጎበኛለን እና ድርጅቶችን እንጎበኛለን። ስንጎበኝ የምናገኘው ተስፋ እና የምናገኘው የውስጥ ደስታ እጅግ ማንም ያለን የጎበኘ ከዛ አካባቢ ለመውጣት ለማምለጥ አይችልም እና ሁል ጊዜ ሄደን ከአሳዳጊዎች ከሌሎቹ ጋር በምናደርገው ግንኙነት አንድ እንትን አስብ ነበር እንደሆን መቼም በመንፈስ ቢሆን አንድ ወላጅ ናት ልጇን ታያለች፣ እዛ ውስጥ ትገናኛለች። ከመሄዷ በፊት ከመጠራቷ በፊት የነበራትን ሀሳብ በመቀመጥ ላይ የተመሰረተ ሆኖ ያስተላለፈች ባለችበት ሆና ያስተላለፈችውን መልእክት ለእናንተ ለማለት ታዲያ በዛች ሰዓት መኖር አለመኖር ስታጣር ነፍሴ እኔ ምን ነኝና መቼስ ለእኔ ሆነ ማሰብ መተከዜ ዘላለም ባይኖርም ባውቀው ቀጥዬ አንዲት ልጄን ጥዬ ማለፌን ሳስብ ወሰነ። መቼ በበሽታ መቼ በስቃዩ ቅስሜ ተሰበረ። እኔን ያበክነኝ አንጀቴ ያረረ ይህች ወርቃ ሕፃን ጠባቂ የሌላት ምን ልትሆን ከቶ ማንስ ይደርስላት? ምን በልታ ልትውል? እንዴት ነው አዳሯ? የትኛው ታዛ ነው ማሳረፊያ አድሯ? ብርዱን ለመቋቋም ልብስና ድሪቶ ተስፋዋ ምን አናኗሯ ከቶ ስንቱን ታወጠራው ስንቱን ተማጠነው የስጋዬን ክፋይ የኔነቴን ምትክ አደራ የሰጠው መቼም እረፍት የለኝ ሞቼም እረፍት የለኝ ሲረበሽ መንፈሴ የልጄ ነገር ነው ያስቆመኝ ባልካስ እኔም ቢለኝ እንጂ ለካስ ልማዱ ነው ሳይለግስ ላይጣላ አስቀምጦላታል ጥላና ከለላ የቱንም ብጨነቅ እናትነት ይዞኝ ለወገን ደራሾች አገኝቻለሁ ቆርሰው የሚያበሉ ሰፍተው የሚያለብሱ አገኝቻለሁ ጤናዋን ጠባቂ ወቅቱ አሳዳጊ ለትምህርትም አንሶ ለወግ ማዕረግ አግኝቻለሁ በሰውነት ልቀው በዘር በሃይማኖት በጎጥ ያልታሰሩ ዳይሌክቲክስን ሽረው ደም ላይወፍር ከውሃ ለዓለም ያበሰሩ እኔም እርፍ አልኩኝ መንፈሴም በረታ ምን ይገባው ለዚህኛው ጌታ ዛሬስ መስካሪ ነኝ ከበሮ ደላቂ ዋሽንቱንም ነፊ አዋጅ ተናጋሪ ሰው ለሰው ታደገ ሆነ ታሪክ ሰው ወትሮስ ከዚህ በላይ ምን እርካታ አለና በደም ሳይነካኩ በዘር ሳይቋጠሩ ሰው የመሆን ቃል ወይስ አለኝና በምን ልካሳችሁ ፍቀዱልኝና አንዴ ልባርካችሁ አሜን። ይሙላ ሐሴት በልባችሁ በረከቱን ያብዛላችሁ ወልዶ ሳሚ አሳድጎ ዳር ያርጋችሁ ሰው የመሆን አባዛችሁ ክፉኛ ተጠናውቷችሁ ደግሞ ሌላ ማኑሽ ሰብሰብ አድርጋችሁ ከራም ሰው አድርጎ ከዓመት ዓመት ያደርሳችሁ እድሜ ይስጣችሁ።
I'm not even going to try and paraphrase that piece of poetry back to English. It's, I think poetry is, it's tough to translate, or maybe it's just my own limitations in literature. But Wale, I know that came from the deep from your heart.
ፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል ካናዳ የወላጅ አልባ የሆኑ ህጻናትን ህይወት በመቀየር እንዲሁም አቅማቸውን በማጎልበት ትልቅ ስራን እየሰራ ይገኛል። ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ያሉት ማለት ነው። እዚህ ደግሞ ካናዳ ውስጥ ሳውንድ ዘ ሆርን በተባለ ፕሮጀክታቸው የወጣቶችን የአእምሮ ጤና ለማጎልበት ከፍተኛ ስራ እየሰሩ እንደሆነ በዛሬው ባህላቸውን እዚህ ባከበሩበት እንደምትመለከቱት በርካታ ኢትዮጵያውያን፣ ኤርትራውያን፣ ሌሎች የማህበረሰቡ አባላት ካናዳውያን ተገኝተው እንኳን ለ25ኛ ዓመታችሁ አደረሳችሁ ብለዋቸዋል። የሰሩት ስራ እጅግ የሚያስደስት መሆኑ የተለያዩ ኪኖት ስፒከርስ ወቅቱ ገልጸዋል። እኛም ከኢትዮፊደል ለፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል ካናዳ እንኳን ለ25ኛ ዓመት ባህላችሁ አደረሳችሁ በማለት ወደ እነሱ መልእክታችንን እናደርሳለን። 25ኛ ዓመቱን የሚያከብረው ፒፕል ቱ ፒፕል ካናዳ ከ300 በላይ ወላጅ አልባ ህጻናትን እየረዳ ይገኛል። እነዚህ ህጻናት ህይወታቸው ተቀይሮ ማሾቹ አግብተው ለከፍተኛ የትምህርት ደረጃም ደርሰው በከፍተኛ ሁኔታ ህይወታቸው ተቀየረ። በዝግጅቱ ላይ የኢትዮጵ ኃላፊዎች ተናግረዋል። መልካም ጊዜ ስለተካፈላችሁ እናመሰግናለን። በተለይ በቪዲዮ ቀረጻ የተባበረንን ሊዮን አማኑኤልን ከልብ አመሰግናለሁ። ዲጂታል ፓራዳይምስ እያላችሁ በመግባት ሊዮንን ቼክ ኢት አውት። መልካም ጊዜ